Right, so I was in Cambridge last week, and then basically this weekend I went fishing with the same geezer as before, my mate Dave. We went to a little estate lake, and I caught a couple on a float, which was really good fun. You know, it's shallow water, so you're watching the fish come in, tiny little float, cut the grains of corn, and I caught 2 fish, both small commons. There were some lovely little mirrors about, but caught 2 small commons. Basically, I've decided to come back out with Dave again today. It's now Monday. It's Valentine's Day yesterday. Obviously, I normally go fishing on a Sunday, but it's Valentine's Day. Absolutely freezing last night, sort of 1 degree, had snow yesterday. I've not been to sort of my main water for a couple of weeks, so I thought, with the weather being so pants, I'll come out of him for a day to a place I went to last week. I come down here last week and I caught a little mirror about £9 on a zig. So I've come back with him today with the same intentions to fish zig rigs. I'm filming here tomorrow, so I thought it'd be a good idea to come and have a little tester whilst having a social with me, mate, and it's gone a bit mental this morning. We got here about 8 o'clock. I've got 3 in the net, and Dave's just had one as well. So I had 2 rods go quickly, had 1 of them in each net, got the rods back out, then the rod's gone again. As I'm playing that, 1 of Dave's rods has gone, and he's got one as well.
Oh my God.
So we've got 3 in my net, and 1 in Dave's net. So yeah, it's all gone a bit mad, so I'm gonna get these fish out before we get the rods back out, get them all sorted, and hopefully catch a few more. It's a freezing cold day in February, meant to be snowing today, and we're hauling, so it's good fun. Right, here he is, Dangerous Dave with his first Essex carp. Look at him, he's absolutely loving it. Home of the small commons. Well, you don't see that every day in February. I certainly don't, anyway. Lovely. Right, so here's the first one. He's not very happy, he's playing up, so I'll be quick. But yeah, here's the first bite, and I reckon he's 15, 16 pound. And he's very angry, look. Lovely little carp. Right, number 2. I reckon he's a little bit smaller, this one. He's probably, I don't know, 13, 14 pound. But again, lovely little carp. Pretty typical of this lake, really. But I've got a bigger one in the net. The bigger in here is called Patch. This one's got loads of scales missing. He looks a bit ropey. He looks like an old fish, so he might be the big one. I haven't really had a proper look at him. I don't really know how big the big one is these days. I've heard rumours he's a bit, well, a lot smaller than he used to be. So who knows? We'll get him on the bank. We'll show you him as well. Well, it's definitely not the big one. He's similar though. He's got the same old patches and that, with scales missing all over him. And I'm only going to show you one side because unfortunately his mouth's pretty bad on this side. Poor thing. My biggest hate in fishing, that is, but that's what we do to him, I suppose. Yeah, that'll do. That'll certainly do. I reckon he's a low 20 pounder, and can't wait to get him back and try and catch a few more. Right, I've just enjoyed a nice cup of tea with Dave. The rods have probably been settled for about half an hour, maybe a touch longer. I was sort of just contemplating a recast. But the right hand rod this time, I've all been on the left so far, but the right hand rod's gone this time. I'm catching them shorter and shorter every time, it seems now. Don't feel a bad one, but there's every chance it's a 15 pound common, we shall see. Lovely! Right, I got that fish in the net, reeled my other rod in and re-chucked it. Literally, it's gone really quickly again. We've got a good one in the net on the left. I think they're the 2 biggest of the day, but that one on the left-hand side is a right chunky little monkey. Loving it, absolutely loving it. Right, old Dave's got one on as well. Kicking off. Oi, oi. In we go. Have a little looky. Yeah. Here's Dave's second one. Probably 17 pound. Lovely. Right, that's how you want to hook them. Look at that. Right in there. How about that then? February fun. What a carp. I reckon he's, I don't know, he's a low 20 again, so that's another 20 pounder. What a beautiful fish. They're wicked in here, and I'm very much enjoying myself. Got a bigger one in the net. See, I've got a bent old tail, big chunky thing. I reckon he could be 23, 24 maybe, so slip this little dude back and get him out as well. What a little bruiser that is. I reckon he's, I don't know, he's got to be 23, I reckon 23 pound. Melted fins all over. What a chunky, cool little fish. Oh, he ain't happy. None of them are very happy, except me. I'm happy. Right, well, he's a mega fish. I thought I'd quickly show you the other side. What a little character. Big old head, tiny fins. Made my day. Right, we're going to have a move. We're going to reel the rods in here and go to a different lake. We've had a good morning. We had 7 between us and lost one, so we'll whip the rods in and go to another lake, see if we can catch them there and all. Really push our luck. Alright, well, I've moved late. Just videoing the rods. Literally just put them out in the middle with quite a lot of bait over them. I reckon it's been half hour, 40 minutes and the rod's gone. It's a good fish. But it's getting dark. You're gonna have to wait till next time to see that. Happy days. Right, it's been a couple of weeks since I updated my old diary. I think I left you last time with a fish in the net in the dark, and I said you'd have to wait till next time to see what that one is. So that was a 21 pound common. Lovely fish. Last week I was at my syndicate lake, miles and miles away from home. There's only 14 fish in there, so it's a bit of a grawler, and that's where I plan to do the spring. It's the 3rd of March today. The lake I've been fishing throughout the whole of last year and throughout the winter is now closed. So basically I'm going to fish my syndicate from now through till May. Week before last, I was skiing with my missus, a couple of my best friends. That was a wicked laugh, you know, it was a real good laugh. I love skiing, so it's nice to go and do that. But I made sure to get my rods out just before I left and just after I got back. So did a few hours, you know, short sessions, 3 or 4 hours at a time. And the first session, I had a mid-double common, lovely fish, probably 15 pound. And when I came back, I caught one straight away. I caught one within about 20 minutes. I don't know, that fish was probably 16 pounds, something like that. And then unfortunately, just after I got my rod sorted for the night, not the night, the evening, you've got to be off at 10. So just so I got my rod sorted, I got a really bad migraine. I get some terrible headaches at times. And I'd say that's the worst one I've ever had. I was nearly throwing up and everything. So world of pain, had to pack up and go home. So that's about it really. You know, last weekend I was at Syndicate, blanked. Weekend before that I was skiing, and those 2 commons, sort of all I've caught in the last couple of weeks. So back on the old fishing now. It's Saturday, missus is out for the day, so I've come out to do a day session. Basically this venue I'm going to fish on here next winter. There's a fish in here I've been watching for a few years now. It's an absolute belter. I've never really seen a good picture of it, but when someone gets good pictures, you know, it will blow people's minds. It really is a special carp. And the other fish in here are beautiful as well. So I always like to have water close by. That if I've got a few hours or half a day here and there, I can nip in and go and get a few bites. And that is going to be this lake. And hopefully along the way, hopefully before the winter, that'd be nice. But if not before, between now and next winter, I'm hoping to catch the big one in here. So like I say, he's an absolute belter. So that's it for now. I've got until dark, so it's about 8 o'clock in the morning now. Rods have been out for the best part of an hour. Haven't seen anything. Really cold last night, frost, but we're forecast strong winds, northerlies, and heavy rain today. So it could be a bit of a grawler, but the old fingers are crossed as always, and we shall see what happens. Hopefully I'll get one. Well, we have a rod missing. I was literally about to recast. picked up a left-hand rod, well, nearly picked the left-hand rod up. I thought, no, I'll put that down, I'll recast the right one first. So I picked the right-hand rod up. As that one bobbin unclipped, the left-hand rod completely dropped back, started bleeping, and it was away. So that was pretty lucky. Lucky I didn't reel that one in. But yeah, he took me next door. He's around there, just in the swim next door. Got a load of weed on him and kited left, so I had to go around there to net him. But he's a mid-double common, nice dark one. But yeah, all good. My mate Ben's on his way down for a cup of tea, so I'm going to wait for him, and hopefully he can take some nice photos for me. It's been pretty horrible, to be fair. It's like bleak out there, cold, raining a lot, windy, but we've got one. It's always good. Right, I'm back at the same lake I was at on Saturday. My mate Ben did me proud with the pictures. Bit of a weird fish, to be honest. He had a big old head on him, but a tiny little body. I guess he was probably a mid-double. But yeah, back in situ today, same swim as before. Basically, when I got here this morning, bright sunshine, bright blue skies, which is good for this area of the lake. We've got shallow bars out here, and when it's sunny, the fish do tend to turn up at some point. There's a lot of weed as well, and obviously they like that. But yeah, rods have been out all morning. Had a few recasts. About 11:30, had 2 liners on my right-hand rod, which is obviously a good sign that fish have turned up. And it's probably been, it's about 12 o'clock now, so half an hour after that happened. Really funny bite on the right-hand rod, and felt like a decent fish when the word go. Took me all over the place, weeded me really bad. I thought he'd come off, cranked a big ball of weed in, and he wasn't, you know, he's still on. So got him in the net, looks like probably a mid-20. I'm absolutely buzzing, big long black thing he is. So happy days. So I got Max down today from ACF, which is the best carp fishing magazine in the world, so make sure you buy it. And we're going to be doing a couple of bits and pieces. So I've got one in the net, and desperately need to get that rod back out, because I've just seen the first fish I've seen of the year show. You know, I haven't seen a fish actually jump and clear the water for a long time. I've seen the odd roll and stuff, but that one absolutely clattered out, and it can only be a good sign. March is well and truly upon us. I'm going to get my rod back out and try and catch another one. Well, here he is. I said he was a nice one, and what a carp that is. I ain't got any scales on me, they're in the car, but I reckon he's got to be 25 pound, and half 8 on the arms. Real long, dark, epic carp, and exactly what I've come here for today, so what a result. Absolutely buzzing, like a pylon, as my old mate Ian Bailey would say. Right, well, I've changed over from zigs onto bottom baits. Normally I do that just on dark, but I'm pretty sure the geezer opposite me's had 2 off the bottom today, so hasn't been doing many bites in the day off the deck. But if he's had a couple, I think it's certainly worth switching over to the bottom. I would have done it for the evening anyway, but I've done, like I say, I've done it a little bit earlier. I don't think the zigs would have won. It was all right when it was nice and bright this morning, but real strong wind picked up, really overcast, quite dull at times to be fair, and a bit of rain. So I think if the zigs would have won, I would have been getting bites. So I've decided to switch over to the bottom. I did see a fish earlier. I've obviously caught one out this swim, so I'm pretty sure there's fish here. I think after dark. Now I've got a bit of bait out there. I've probably put 15 spoms out. Tigers, hemp, corn, and 10mm cell. So I've got a bit of bait out there, 2 rods over it, just little white pop-ups. And they're done. I've got a couple of pizzas to eat. I'm going to kick back, hopefully see a few fish show, and hopefully catch one and all. Right, I had a bit of a result last night. The first fish I had was a 26-14 common, big long dark thing. That was on my right hand rod, and then about half an hour, 20 minutes later, left hand rod went as well, and that was a small common. So bite on each rod. That's probably about, I think about 20 to 9 and 9 o'clock, so quite late. And I did put the one rod back out after that, but nothing happened. I stayed till 10. I'm back down today. Really pleased with yesterday's result, obviously, and hopefully we'll have some more of that today. I'm here with Jack from Korda today, and we're doing a bit on bite indication for the Korda website, but it's a little bit different to yesterday. I did have a little go on the zig this morning, but not for very long. I've got both rods on the bottom today out in open water, opposite where I was fishing yesterday. So the toughies have been a bit of a pain. They've clocked my bait. I've put some 10mm cell and some corn out, which obviously stands out like a sore thumb in this clear water. So no doubt they're going to drive me insane throughout the day, but feeling pretty confident. I think if I don't get one during the day, which I am confident of doing, I think we'll stand a really good chance after dark. So as always, I'll keep you updated, and hopefully we'll have another one of them big, long, dark old commons to show you. Well, I can't quite believe I'm saying it, but I'm pretty sure I've got a proper chunk in the net. Well, I've got two in the net actually, sorry. I had a little common, wanged a single straight back out there, and it's gone again, and one of them looks pretty big. His head touched the spreader block while his tail was still out the other side. He certainly looks all of twice the size of that other one, which is a mid-double, so happy days. Mental.
Catches when he wants.
Oh, Jack's loving it. Look, he's come down to do a video. Thought we was going to smash a load of pasties out and just rocked out a big one. Love it. Right, well, this is without a doubt one of the most amazing common carp I have ever caught. Look at the colours of that thing. 31.5 pound. Absolutely awesome. Buzzing in every sense of the word. Oh, and the other one was a little common, which you'll probably be seeing the pictures of now. But look at this thing. Right, well, the fish is back in the water. As much as I wanted to keep him out and cuddle him for as long as I could, he needed to go back. So yeah, the fish is back in the lake. Both rods have been recast and I've rebaited them both as well. Spotting went perfect on the left-hand rod and all right on the right-hand rod, but it's usually after dark on here I find that the bites come, so to have had a couple nice and early is the right result, and hopefully throughout the next few hours, I'm off at 10 again, we'll get a couple more fish. If I don't catch anything, I really don't care. I've had a blinding couple of days on here, normally get plagued by little ones, and I've had some right chunky ones the last 2 days, so buzzing. If I blank, I don't care. I'm going to go and sit in my bivvy, not drink any tea because I ain't got any gas, and relax. Job done.